What do you get when you mix love, a boat, and cancer? This. I'm Troy, and this is Daria. We met in a dive shop, fell in love underwater, and found our dream boat. A classic 1979 58-foot Hatteras long-range cruiser we named Wet Pleasures. We planned to motor off into the sunset in 2025, but when Daria was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, we knew we couldn't wait. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, thanks for coming aboard. We got a slow drip coming from the ceiling in the engine room right above the hot water heater. And after a bit of tracing, I found out that one of the hot water lines tees off and runs straight up into the ceiling, heading to the galley sink. The problem? There's very limited access to that line. So in this video, I'm going to install an isolation valve on that branch so that we can shut off the hot water going to the galley without affecting the rest of the boat. That way, we still have hot water everywhere else while we plan the permanent fix. In the next video, we'll run a new line up to the galley. So let's get started. All right, I know this looks like a little bit of a mess here, but this is obviously our water heater. And we have a little bit of a drip coming down out of here. These are the drain lines to our sink upstairs. And the drip is coming between the copper tubing that is running here, here, and here, which go up through the floor and into the sink basin. So I've got the water turned off, supply to the hot water heater right here, and that's killed the leak. So I know that it's on the supply line up here. So the supply line going up to the galley. So my plan today is to put a valve on this side so I can at least supply hot water to the all the other staterooms and so forth, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to get the new line upstairs, but we're going to use PEX A tubing. So the first step in the process is going to be cut out this tubing. This is 1/2-inch copper tubing, not copper pipe. There's a difference. They use compression fittings. All right, so basically what we're going to do is put a compression fitting on the piece of copper we pulled off. We're then going to screw PEX fitting here, put the 2 collars on, and then I have a valve to shut that off till we can run some hose upstairs and at least get the hot water turned back on, because like the master shower has a balancing valve and can't use the cold water unless there's pressure on the hot water side. So let's get this together. Let's see if I get this right. I always do this backwards for some reason. Got it right. You want to do it so when you thread it in, it's the Teflon tape staying tight. So I'll tighten all that down in a second. Now I'm using PEX A, which basically means that the fittings and the tubing are the same size, where PEX B, the fitting's actually smaller diameter, so you have restricted water flow. And then you require these collars here. The collar has a lip on this end, slides all the way down, and then you have this handy dandy tool that expands it. Stays expanded for just a moment. Make sure it's pressed all the way in. It's collar is going to shrink back down, and you're going to have a watertight fitting. Do this on the other side. I actually might want to shorten this up. Give that a minute, shrink down, then we'll tighten everything up. Starting to spin on that, but we're good. First is the nut. Next is the collar. And the ferrule. And this needs to be pretty tight. We're pretty close. Turn the valve off. And turn the valve on. Well, water's not spraying everywhere. All right, it's going to be part one is done. All right, the valve's in, the leak is isolated, and the rest of the hot water system is back online. That gives us time to figure out the next step, which you'll see in part two, where we run a brand new line all the way to the galley. If you're dealing with tight access or a mystery leak on your boat, a simple shutoff valve like this can save you a lot of hassle. So please like and subscribe, stick around for the next video, and as always, thanks for watching, and remember, stay wet.